So guys, today back for a video on the channel today. We're here for the Newcastle United versus Leeds player ratings. Awful. Absolutely awful. Right. If you didn't watch the reaction already, I put it at the top, link in the description and on the end screen. Lads, I just hate doing videos like this, man. When you play so bad that it's just depressing making videos on it. It's just shit. It's just shit, right? Some of them players up there are just not good enough to play for Newcastle United. They really aren't. And that fat, ugly coach, Steve Bruce, has to go, right? If Steve Bruce doesn't get sacked tomorrow, he'll never ever get sacked, right? And I won't, right? Because I see fans on Twitter going, Steve Bruce needs to get sacked, right? Yes, he does need to be sacked. But the club, Lee Charnley and Mike Ashley, only care about the Premier League money. If they sit 17th in the Premier League, they're still guaranteed 120 million. Bang, there you go. Bang, straight onto their desk, right? That's all he cares about. We're 9 points above the relegation zone. He's not going to sack him, right? If we lose against Fulham, he has to go. He has to go now. He has to go bloody. Shouldn't never join the fucking club, but he is. It's an absolute disgrace. Absolute disgrace. Let's get to the player ratings now, starting off with Caldolo in goal. Did he really deserve to concede 5 goals today? Absolutely no chance. He kept us in that game, man. In the first half was embarrassing, right? Leeds United haven't been in the Premier League for 16 years, right? And guess what, right? How many men do we sit behind the ball against a team that has just been promoted for the first time in this division for 16 years? We sat back so much, and I feel so bad for Wilson, right? He kept us in that game. Caldolo kept us in that first half, right? Because if it wasn't for Caldolo, half-time, 3-1 down, might not even scored, 3-0 down at half-time. Some of the saves he made were ridiculous. Absolutely unbelievable. Obviously, I didn't see the last goal. I haven't seen it. And all the goals that he conceded, he couldn't do anything with any of them, right? It's his defence in front of him, it's not him. He does his job and his defence doesn't do their job, right? Shit. Caldolo, obviously, he did concede 5 goals, but he wasn't great, was he? So I'm going to give him a 3 out of 10. Defence now. We're going off the formation that was started the game with, right? We played a really weird formation. I don't even know what formation we even played, to be honest with you, lads. Like, Jacob Murphy in right back. Jacob fucking Murphy in right back, Bruce. When you've got, and he's not great, but you've got Emil Kraft in right back on the bench. You've got a right back sitting on the bench, but you've got a right winger in right back. Fucking dozy bastard, man. That's Steve Bruce for you. Playing a right winger in right back when he's got a right back on the bench. That is Steve Bruce for you, right? Murphy in the first half, absolutely fucking awful, right? And fair enough, it's not his preferred position. He's playing in that position where he doesn't want to play there. You can't blame him, but you can't blame him because you've got to blame that fat ugly cunt as a manager, right? Jacob Murphy, second half he's improved a little bit, didn't bring any brilliance to the side. We're missing Maximin. We're missing him so much. We're missing that bit of brilliance going forward. And we've got to deal with fucking Murphy. He can't be in the squad on fucking Saturday. No chance. Murphy, 1. Right then, we might as well do the other fullback. Jamal Lewis, embarrassing, right? He's 20 odd years old, right? Signing for £12 million as Newcastle United's left back, a position that we haven't had a solid left back since Davide Santon. But even before Davide Santon, Jose Hendrick, we haven't had a proper left back in years, and it's still not going to change. We need Jetro Willems signed, right? How hard is it, the Newcastle United, sign Jetro Willems? It's not fucking hard. Just sign him up, right? He wants to be at the club, right? You can tell. He's rejected a deal at Frankfurt, right? But then we've got Jamal Lewis, who's 22 years old, with no competition, knows that he's guaranteed game time every single week. Every week. He started every game this season. I think even in the Cups he started every game this season. And happened at Norwich, you had no competition with him. You had nothing. You had no competition with him, so he could just play, he could just do this, he could just do that, he could just do this, right? He could just play, right? With no competition fighting for his place. If we sign Jetro Jamal Lewis would turn into a better player. I can fucking guarantee it. Right? Jamal Lewis, 0. Centre-backs now, a slight positive. I thought our best player today, Kieran Clark. Not just because of the goal. I thought his defensive today was class until obviously the last fucking 15 minutes. Defensively great until the last 15 minutes. Did an insane double block in the second half. Scored our goal to get us back in the game. And I thought after that, you think, right, we've just made it 2-2, right? How can the full-time score be 5-2 Leeds? What? Ridiculous. Kieran Clark got us back in the game. Our best player today, in my opinion. 5 out of 10. Federico Fernandez, it is good to see him back. Obviously, wishing him well from his recovery from coronavirus. He's back, he's fit and playing football again. I mean, it wasn't terrible. He wasn't like Kieran Clark, but he didn't really... He made a good block in the second half. The only thing I can remember him doing, to be honest with you, is 3 out of 10. 2 centre midfielders. We'll start with Hayden. It was a tough day for Hayden, it really was. He was better than centre half. But yet again, he's got West Brom on him then, and he's got Leeds on him now. Yes, Leeds are a better team than West Brom, but I would still expect Hayden to do a little bit better today. Just a couple of flingy challenges, just a couple of little flungy ones. Like, what are you doing? Just, like, that's not your normal Sel Hayden, is it? Like, he was getting stuck in, but in the wrong places. He should have really... He committed so many fouls, he could have easily been sent off. I thought his first yellow card was quite late on. I thought he should have got a yellow card well before that, but... Hayden... 2. Sean Longstaff. Hard day at the office. Really hard day for him. And he needs to be dropped. Right, simple as. I don't know why you would drop Shelvey when Shelvey was the captain against West Brom, but you're playing a young lad against Leeds when they've got 5 midfielders, including the wide players. Doesn't make sense, Steve Bruce, does it? Just a couple of times where John Drew Shelvey, like when the third goal, John Drew Shelvey wouldn't have done that. He wouldn't have, because he's got that. He just, that's Sean Longstaff's age, right? He's just got that knowledge just to know, bang, get the ball out, right? He just knows that, right? Sean doesn't, right? He wasn't great. Really wasn't one of his day. Awful, nah. 0. Right, Jeff Hendrick. Fuck me, you know, it's a bad match day when you've got Jeff Hendrick scoring. Bloody hell. I mean, he couldn't have missed. If he missed that, that would have been his Newcastle career over. Newcastle Twitter would have killed him if he missed that chance, but he scored it. Well done, Jeff Hendrick. A big fucking star from me. He's so shit, man. He is so shit. Just, he's playing a wide, right? And you expect a wide player to get back and help your fullback. And he just doesn't. And he tries to, but he just fucking shit so he can't. He did score the goals. I've got to give him a little bit of credit for that, but why is Steve Bruce starting him? Why? Why are you starting Jeff Hendrick? Why? I don't know why. 3 out of 10, he scored the goal. Great to see Ryan Fraser back. He obviously got the assist for Kieran Clark's goal. But he's leading off scraps. And it was him and Wilson versus 4 defenders. What's he meant to do? They're not bloody Superman and fucking, I don't know, someone else from Marvel, fucking some daft Donny fucking whoever, right? They're not fucking magic. They can't do fucking anything. They get hoofballs after hoofballs. And when he does try to create something, he can't do anything with it because he's got no fucking support up there because we're playing so defensive. I just didn't get Steve Bruce's tactics, mate. I don't understand how he can go into training and with his fucking tactics board and bloody, I say tactics board, he'll fucking do on a piece of paper, that fucking spacker. And try and sort the tactics out. How the fuck can you tell me how we approach that game is a good way against Leeds United? It's fucking shit. The way when Rafa done it, right, he done it in a unique way where we could hit players on the counter-attack. With this, it's hoofball to Wilson. It's hoofball to fucking Callum Wilson. It's not his play style. He's a fantastic striker. He's not a fucking sumo wrestler trying to hold the ball up. The fucking dickhead cunt, Brucey. Good idea to see Fraser. 2. Joe Linton, right? He was good today, right? He created some chances. He done well, right? But the thing is, right? When he came off, right? What happened? We scored 0 goals, right? And how many did we concede? Fucking 3. I'm not saying that's Gale's fault for coming on. It was just the way he played in that role. He made a little bit of Wilson, and he controlled that. He had Calvin Phillips in his pocket. And then as soon as Gale comes on, Gale just goes up with Wilson and just stays with them. And they've got a massive bit of gap in the midfield for Calvin Phillips. Got a ping-pong balls all over the shop, and that's how we conceded goals. Joe Linton, 2. And finally, Callum Wilson got the assist for Hendrick's goal. But he must be so frustrated playing away from home, right? Every away game's hoofball. It's not good enough, right? It's simply not good enough, right? And just thinking of Steve Bruce makes us want to just fucking hit something me like. I just didn't get it. I didn't get how Callum Wilson's actually scored 7 goals this season, playing the fucking football we are. He couldn't do much at all today. It's not his fault. It's not Cal's fault. That was fucking shit. He's leading off scraps, getting the ball up, and like he's holding it up, and he's got no one to pass it to. I give Callum Wilson a 3 out of 10. Substitutes came on and they were all bang average. Fucking don't even want to get onto them. It's pointless. Lad, that's the end of the player ratings. Do you agree with me? It's just like, why do we go into games and just not attack them? If we lost 5-2 and went for it, it would have been fine. It would have been absolutely, not fine, but it would have been a bit more, it would have been understandable, like, we've conceded them goals going for the game. But we didn't. That first half performance, right, should be illegal in the Premier League, right? How is that absolutely fine to play in any Premier League game, in any football game, right? Fair enough if you're a defensive side, but the fact is you've got your striker where a CDM should be. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing from Steve Bruce, and I can't stand him, like, he's a fucking dick. Lads, that's the end of the player ratings. Let me know if you agree with me. Leave a like, subscribe, and say it's all for the Fulham preview tomorrow. What a belter game this is going to be on Saturday. See you in the next one, lads.